I'm out here on Ash Tree Lane checking out this house that I made a few months ago. Got an urge to build something domestic for once. So I made this. You can see, upstairs section, dining hall, kitchen, all the amenities that a house would need. And, you know, guest bedroom, storage over there, the children's room, um, then this lovely little old alcove between the parents' bedroom and the children's bedroom, and very nice. Then, if we head downstairs well, there's a little TV watching room here. Then the proper living room, with a fireplace and a bookshelf and a workspace for whoever wants to work here. And you can, if you're like a photographer, you can hang all your pictures up on the wall. And then, of course, the neatest feature, which is the ominous hallway, an important feature of every house. Obviously, only visible from this angle, not from this one. So, as every ominous hallway is. So what this is, of course, is the 5.5 minute hallway from The House of Leaves, which is my favorite book. Um, and this whole place, it's the Navidson's house from that book. If you haven't read it, go check it out. It's awesome. It's kind of the granddaddy of the back rooms and all kinds of weird non-Euclidean strange happenings. Um, and even as a book, it's really strange. You have to kind of read it upside down from time to time. But this is something that happens in it. Is that Will Navidson just has this hallway appear in his house, and he goes around through the window, and he goes, "It's not there," and he goes through the other window, and well, no, it is there. Obviously, space probably shouldn't work like this, but in the Navidson residence, it apparently does. Now, the way this works, this actually really isn't that complex. There's a few command blocks down here. This is like literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 command blocks, and one of these actually doesn't even contribute to it. Wait, no, 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 no. I'm pretty sure like two of these control the whole way, and then the other four control a more subtle effect in the upstairs. You can sort of count here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 19 wide. Then if you go into the upstairs, you can count from here. This wall is too thick, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and again a too thick wall, so 19, 20. So the interior is actually one side wider than the exterior. And this is, of course, all done with the clone command, which basically I'm able to use the execute sort of function to check where the player is standing. And of course, when the player is standing at a certain position, they can see certain things, you know, certain angles. So from this angle, you can't see the hallway at all, so I don't have to generate it. From this angle, you do see it, so I generate the hallway, but you don't see sort of what's out there. So it doesn't really matter. But when I'm walking this way, the hallway isn't there anymore. It's disappeared. Obviously, when I go back, it appears again. But when I'm here, it's not there. Like it literally doesn't exist. And same applies to the upstairs. When I'm looking at it from the outside, it's sort of one build, and then when I'm looking at it from the inside, it clones basically another version of the upstairs from over there, where I've got sort of all this stuff stored up and the hallways right there. I was recently thinking about the application of these kinds of non-Euclidean spaces in Minecraft, and I came up with something quite interesting. So this, if you'll recognize, is Limbo from Ultrakill. The boomer shooter, excellent video game. And the thing with Limbo is that it's got these sort of simulation panels on the walls, where the walls they're actually sort of TV screens that make the world look a lot deeper than it is. You know, they just show this endless expanse of grass, so you kind of feel like you're in open air when you're actually not. You're in a glass box, and you can actually use this similar kind of application to create this kind of effect. Um, so you can see when I'm standing here, you can't see the other room at all. But when I'm standing here, you can see, oh, it's not perfect. You kind of have to be a little bit sort of slower, maybe, for the effect to work perfectly. Oh, yeah, a little bit. But, it's still quite convincing, I think. You can sort of, oh, that's just straight up bugged. I think I should probably fix that. But this is sort of, I think, a really cool application of this kind of tech. But you can see here, now you can't see the other room, which is so cool. Like, it's just straight up not there. But when you're, like, here, for instance, you can see it. It's quite incredible. I find if you enter, like, not looking up like this, it's actually a lot more convincing. But obviously, this was a massive project. This took hours upon hours. So hold on, not a screenshot. I got a spectator mode, and that's what it looks like. Because and I can move around a little bit and generate different chunks of it. Well, now it looks like that. Um, this is done basically using two components. There's this one, which is basically just a giant mess of command blocks that detect where the player is standing to generate the appropriate sort of slither of the other room. And of course, you can also see that if I'm here, standing here, it makes this room, and if I'm standing here, it makes the other room. It's quite obvious when you move like this, how it switches it around. Um, Now, of course, all these different slithers, because there's dozens of these, obviously they kind of have to be for this to be, a somewhat smooth effect. So all of the sort of room chunks they're stored down here that like these took so long to make. It's genuinely kind of ludicrous. But you can see literally every state that the room can exist in is built down here. And there's a lot of other stuff that I try to do. I mean, mainly this is just trying to sort of stack these differently and trying to figure out the sort of regions for the player to stand in for the different sort of parts of it to show up. These most of this is just abandoned. This bulk is the big one. I should probably effects give that player night vision infinite. There we go. You can see it a lot better now. There's also I wonder. Yeah, you can see like the most chaotic thing is like down here, where this is kind of just all of the different like obviously I can well this is all of the different sort of regions where the player can stand, all mapped out. So when you're standing on these light blue blocks, it copies the light blue region over there. When you're standing on brown glass, it copies the brown region. Um, and there's so many of these sections, and obviously I then have to mirror this on the other side. It's the same pattern, of course, but it's still a lot of work. It basically doubles the work. So, this took so long, but I'm fairly proud of the effect. I should probably try to fix this at some point so it's actually sort of smooth. But I thought, this is a potential application of non-Euclidean space in vanilla Minecraft, these sort of simulation rooms. And, if someone wants to take on the project of building the entirety of Limbo in Minecraft like this, that would obviously be amazing. I was counting one day, and I think Limbo, like the first level of Limbo, has well, it has quite a few of these doors. I think it's like almost 10, maybe. So you'd have to do this effect 10 times over, and you'd need like 10 of these command block fields for every possible position the player can be standing in. Um, and then, I'm not sure it's even possible. It probably is, but I think you'd probably have to make some concessions to what the map actually looks like. But, if I had like a year of spare time, I might try that out, building like the first level of Ultra Beast Limbo in Minecraft. And I don't know, the upcoming layer of fraud seems really non-Euclidean as well, so maybe there's something there.